in my judgment, no matter who wins, whether it be Obama and Romney, whether the new president, re-elected president, is facing the same set of problems recast for political advantage, the winner is going to face essentially the same political environment that President Obama faces right now, meaning essentially the same kind of economic realities that he will have to work within as Obama is working in right now. Budget cuts, in other words, could end up determining the shape and the look of America's defense policy. In other words, you'd like to have it backward. You'd like to have the perfect policy conceived by experts, and then there'd always be the money to be able to have that kind of policy. What I'm suggesting is we've reached a point now in our political and economic development where the idea of national defense being assured of enough money to do the job may be the case, but I think for the first time in our history, we may be facing a moment when we really do not have the money to do exactly what it is that the experts or the political advisors to a president suggest is the best thing. The Pentagon is doing its job when it has a scenario for every possible problem, from, as we've already heard, Iran or the bubbling turmoil in the South China Sea right now. What do we do about China? Is it a friend? Is it an enemy? Who knows? But the Pentagon will have a way of addressing each one of these problems, but it's all theory at this point. It doesn't become reality until a president says, I want us to do X. Let's do it. And then somebody would raise the idea, yeah, that would be very nice, Mr. President, but what then do we do about health care? What then do we do about education? What then do we do about energy? I'm simply stating that national security issues, always assumed to have enough money, may not now have enough money to do what the experts suggest we ought to be doing. So what do? If you're a president, you try essentially to strike a good, sensible balance between the national security and everything else. But presidents don't like to think in those terms. They like to think that everything else is, so far as the public is concerned, more important than national defense. So he's got an extremely difficult question and problem